Hey Pisces, what do the stars and the cards have to say about your July money and career and business energies? We are going to find out, so keep watching. So Pisces, let's first get into some of the astrology you might want to be aware of for your money, career, and business life in the month of July. We have a full moon in Capricorn. I will be doing a separate video on that for all the signs, which is happening July 3rd. This is in your 11th house of personal gains and networks. The Sun and Mercury will be conjunct within a 2-degree orb. They will be conjunct in your 5th house of creativity, the house of the entrepreneur, and taking calculated risks. I feel that you could get some good news about a creative project that you have been involved in. I would say probably maybe something you started last December, so December 2022. I feel it has a connection with that, with the Capricorn new moon. So especially if you started something around then creatively, you could hear some very good news about it. Mars will be going into Virgo, your 7th house of other people, relationships, both business and personal, Pisces. So there may be a lot of activity with contractual negotiations with other people, especially after July 28th, when Mercury will also be going into Virgo. Now, Venus will be retrograde at that time, and she will be retrograde until September 4th. She goes retrograde on July 22nd in Leo, which is your 6th house of work and well-being. So there may be some negotiations to wrap up with a work contract, a raise, your duties. There could be, a revisiting of something like that going on for you. Mercury will be retrograde in Virgo starting at the end of August. That's for next month. But just know that people could change their minds. Okay? And you could change your mind too about what you're willing to commit to. I feel like what I'm getting a little buzz here is that with this Mars in Virgo, there's something here you're going to see somebody's true colors in terms of some sort of financial commitment. Maybe, again, they promise more than they can deliver, or there's some agitation around it, especially when Mars will be opposing Saturn retrograde in your sign very early on, because Saturn's retrograde at the very early degrees of your sign. So this will be happening, again, probably it's around in the 20s, like 22, 23, 24, right after Venus has gone retrograde. So just kind of be alert to that particular energy. There could be pressure, again, with Mars opposite Saturn in your sign, pressure that even is stemming from a past obligation. Somebody pressurizing you to commit to something you're not ready to commit to. With Saturn retrograde in your sign, you are rethinking your obligations, what you want out of your financial life. What you're signing up for, what you're committing yourself to. So don't let yourself be pressurized. This is a very important message. And just know that it may be challenging to get a handle on financial commitments when Venus is retrograde in that 6th house, especially in work-related matters. It's really important to emphasize that Venus retrograde doesn't mean the world stops, and it doesn't mean it's all doom and gloom, as I've been saying in the prologues to these videos. It doesn't mean that. But it can mean delays, absolutely. So, just temper your expectations with that Venus retrograde in your 6th house of work. Again, a funding source could get pulled out from under you. It's very possible. But then it could come back around again after Venus goes direct. But the complicated factor here is Mars opposing Saturn in your sign, your Saturn retrograde, and Mars going opposite it. So there could be an old discussion too that comes up again about some use of resources. It could be an old argument too. I mean, Mars opposite Saturn. You could be dealing with a penny pincher, You could be dealing with somebody who's really just looking at bottom lines and not looking at how that's affecting other people, including yourself. So there's just, just be aware of these energies. Again, it doesn't mean you shouldn't go out and try for different things or try to look for a new job. You can still manifest some sort of new job when Venus is retrograde, but just know that the terms and conditions of that job may change once it goes direct. And, again, temper your expectations. All right, let's see what the tarot may have to tell you here, Pisces, about your money, career, and business life in the month of July 2023. Pisces, we have for you. Ariel is concentrating. We have the Fool, beautiful. And the Chariot, okay, excellent. The Four of Wands, also excellent. That's your second house of money. Seven of Coins, a coin in your basket. I like it. Oh, but then we have a Hanging Man. Okay. Which is your energy, but that is also about a holdup or a delay. So, which is fitting, with the energies of a Venus retrograde that's happening at the end of July. All right. So, I think there is some sort of beautiful news. Now, that may be coming around the 7th. It's very possible. It is the 4th of July is a holiday here in the United States. It's Independence Day. So even though we have the 4 here, I'm not going to count that. Nothing gets done. The long weekend, right? Nothing. So Monday is a holiday for a lot of people too, the 3rd. So, by the 7th, with the 2 7s here, there may be some good news popping in for you. So even though we have that full moon happening on the 3rd, we know full moons can deliver their news even a few days later. So just kind of keep that in mind. But we have the Fool and the Chariot here. So I think there is some sort of beautiful news that comes out. It could come out of the blue with the Fool card. It kind of can jolt you awake, in an exciting way. There may be an invitation to travel. There could be a surprise invitation from a boss, a colleague, whatever, to embark on some sort of travel for your business. Remember, this is a business reading, money, career, and business reading. But there also can be a choice to be made between 2 directions you want to go in. You're in charge of making the decision. So there could be an exciting new adventure on the horizon for you. There could be a new project offered to you. This could be a job offer. It's very possible. There could be an opportunity to present in some way because it's the Chariot, so everybody's looking at you. So there could be a presentation that could raise your profile in your industry, like, a TED Talk or podcast or, something like that. But the Fool is associated with the card Uranus. So Uranus is in your 3rd house of communications. So this is probably something related to writing, speaking, teaching, networking, and sales, those areas. Something fantastic manifesting for you. That is indicative of some sort of new possible money path that's going to be opening up for you. I haven't really even talked about the North Node in any of these readings because I'm going to do a whole separate video on the North Node and South Node switching into Aries and Libra from Taurus and Scorpio. But this is Aries. This is your 2nd house of money. So whatever's going on over here is in tune with possible new doors opening for you in a monetary sense. And whatever comes in for you in a monetary sense that starts actualizing this month and then until January of 2025, Pisces, has the energy of, yes, a new destined path, something that's more aligned for your energy as well, that sits more comfortably within your value system also. Okay? So I feel like this is like there's something hinted at, but it's not even just hinted. I mean, I do think something is concretely manifesting, but it's just the beginning. In other words, you're just getting on this path with the Chariot here. So there is promise in this new beginning. There may be a coin in your basket coming in, again, associated with this, but this also could be something else going on in your world where, you are evaluating budgets. You may find out you have a little bit extra left over. There could be a surprise little win or a surprise, again, a coin in your basket that you didn't see coming because of the Fool and Uranus associated. so, but it's something small. It's not a big thing. It could be, you get a good employee of the month award and you get 50 extra bucks or something. Like, it's something like that, right? It's something very simple. But there could be a little money coming back to you as well. A lot of people are still getting their tax returns back. So there could be something like that in the United States here. There could be something like that where you actually, wow, I got like $100 back. Woohoo. Okay, so it could be something like that. But then we have this hanging man. So this is interesting. This ties in with what I was saying before, especially because of Venus going retrograde in that 6th house for you. Whatever gets held up with something related to a job, your work, whether you're, again, looking for something, but I feel some of you are going to manifest an opportunity this month. Again, whatever is going on here, some of you, if that's already been in the works, you could have something land in your basket, land at your feet by the 7th. You could hear something very favorable. But it could equally be too, like there's an offer, but then there's a delay, okay? Or, things have been going well. There's lots of irons in the fire. There's lots of possibilities. And then there is a holdup because it's the summer. Sorry, people down under, right? It's the summer. Nobody's doing anything. Everybody's on vacation. But whatever little holdup there may be is really to help you see your situation from a different perspective. Like, maybe I didn't really want that job after all. Maybe I really wanted this other one. Okay, the hanging man can be it's a very spiritual energy. It is the Pisces energy. So there is something protective about this energy. Okay, a delay is in your favor. Try not to get your undies too much in a twist about it. Okay, because it does look like things are on the upswing here. This could again be some sort of invitation to perform, again, present. It may not be connected necessarily with your job. It could be something that you do for fun or a side gig, a side hustle. Because we do have the Chariot here, so you could be doing 2 things simultaneously. You could have a full-time job and then also something that you're building yourself. So there could be something that is going very well, perhaps with your side hustle, but then whatever's you're counting on for this other thing going on in your life, maybe there's a holdup. So especially if you have 2 jobs, 2 sources of income, 2 income streams, there, again, a coin's landing in your basket, something good is going on, and there's the promise of more to come. But then one of them also may have a delay. All right, it's a general reading, got to apply the energies to your life, but know that there's nothing bad here. And the Venus retrograde can help us absolutely rethink, especially in terms of our values, because of that North Node going into your 2nd house of money in the middle of July. Like, is this next thing or is this opportunity really aligned for you or not? Right? Because when we try to fit the square peg in the round hole, we know it doesn't work. So, we become most prosperous when we are fully aligned with, and our values are resonating, who we are and our values are resonating with the opportunities that are presented to us. All right, Pisces, let's see what else we have going on for you. Pisces, any other messages for the Pisces people? Oh, we have detox your friendships. Okay, interesting. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. This goes back to the Mars in your 7th house after July 10th, transiting opposite Saturn in your 1st house. You want better. You're wanting to level up. You are leveling up. And again, there may be aggro, agitation, agita coming at you from other people because you are working hard. You are trying to up-level your life, and they don't like it. Okay? Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. All right, so very important to heed that message. Detox your friendships. There could be, I'm going to say, there could be a work colleague who you really cannot trust. You think they're your friend. It's very hard to have friends at work. Once in a while it's possible, but in general, no, in my opinion. So there could be something going on with a friendship at work that really needs to be looked at and walked away from, which again ties in with that Saturn retrograde in your sign. Page of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. So probably again work related with the Pentacles showing up, and we have a Page of Wands, which of all the pages, it is to me the most immature one. Okay. So there's definitely somebody around who could get, as I call this card, can get a little temper tantrumy, and especially because it's, the wands here, they may act out in spite. It's not a very pleasant energy when we're clarifying this. And notice we have the orange, and then we have the orange. So it is possible it is important for you to take that first step, which is the page also, and draw the boundary and toe the line and set the line and say, yo, like, no more of this. And it is affecting, this is what we're talking about in this card, your ability to focus also on what you're trying to do for yourself, right? That's what she's doing. She's focusing on manifesting her abundance. And she's a mature energy, right? So this is what we're dealing with. This is, you're dealing with, I want better. I am maturing. I have goals. I got all these things that are going on in my life. I don't have time for this, to babysit somebody at work who's acting like a spoiled child because they're threatened by me, or they don't like the fact, or they're jealous or envious that I've got it going on and something beautiful is manifesting for me. So it's an unfortunate fact that sometimes happens, that people get jealous like that. And notice too how both backs are turned. This back is turned to this one's back. So there is, I think, something going on here about turning your back on an immature energy around you that is not supportive of your endeavors at the end of the day. And I think that energy is really going to be coming out of the woodwork. Like, you're really going to see that, especially with the Venus retrograde from July 22nd to September 4th. You will see who that person is around you at work. If you don't quite have the inkling yet, but you probably do, you're going to know. You're going to know, Pisces. All right. Pisces, leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on for you with these energies. I would love to hear. Love you guys. Take care. Have a great month. I'll see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.